It's your girl Bondy Blue, and I am back for another Black Ink Crew Chicago review, y'all. Alright, so if you don't want to watch things about sadness and parents passing away, if you're not in a place where you think you can sit through my commentary about Charmaine's mother's passing, then just go ahead and click off the video. It's fine. I won't be upset. It's not one of my biggest videos no more. You know, like, it is what it is. But I'm gonna go ahead and get into my notes, and I'm gonna hope that I make these joyous moments joyous enough so that the sad moments don't bother you as much. Okay, that is what I'm hoping for. That's what I'm wishing for. I'm giving you everything except for with a robe on because I'm a tad bit cold and I didn't want to put a jacket on like I'm inside. Like, for what? Like, for you people, I don't even have a jacket that I would want to put on. You know what I do? I don't know where that jacket is. It might be in the car. Never mind, okay? Don't worry about it. Either way, face, hair, and earrings out this bitch. So, Charmaine apologizes to the crew for being a tad bit crabby and emotional lately. Obviously, pregnancy hormones are a bit, okay? And Fly takes responsibility. He knows that him and his anger issues and him going off on Zach was a part of the problem, okay? It wasn't just Charmaine being crabby. It was also y'all getting into fights and altercations and running after one another, and then this one talking shit and then disappearing, and then this one going talk to Ryan. I mean, it was a lot to stress a pregnant lady out in the first place, okay? So I'm glad he took responsibility for that. I didn't even understand what the hell she was apologizing for. I was like, Charmaine, what are you talking about? What are you talking about, Charmaine? You should have done exactly what you did. What are you talking about, Charmaine? I was just like, girl, if you don't get out of my facial with this, which I have one to go get to after these videos. I'm excited. So then she asked everyone to be a part of the paternity shoot that she's doing that is Beyonce-esque, okay? There are flowers in a background, in a robe, and Charmaine's breasts and belly. And you know what? I thought she looked beautiful. I thought she looked wonderful. I thought the shoot was super cute. You know what I'm saying? I thought that Neek being in the background, that was all very cute. Excuse me. Okay. But can I say this? Can I say this without seeming like an asshole? I am so tired of naked pregnancy pictures. I'm extremely exhausted of naked pregnancy pictures. And even though there was a robe, all I can see was tit with Charmaine. That's all I saw. And that's great. She looked beautiful. If that's what her decision is, y'all, I'm not judging people's decisions. I am not saying that you shouldn't do it. I'm just saying, me personally, I'm tired of seeing it. And I don't think I will be naked for my pregnancy shoot. So, I'm not pregnant. Hold up, stop. But when that happens for me, if that happens for me, I don't want to be out here naked. Like, I want to be in something that accentuates the pregnancy of it all, not just lays it bare for everyone. That's just not what, you know, what I'm feeling like. But you know, I'm entitled to change my mind. And if Pregnant Bondy, you know, in the future wants to change her mind about that, I'm entitled. But for right now, I'm just kind of looking at everybody who's half-ass naked like there wasn't a outfit or a dress that would have worked for this as well. No? Okay. Never mind. Swipe. So we're dragging out this Four situation. Is he the pappy or isn't he the pappy? We have to have one more conversation with Ryan and Don about it. And then he goes to meet with the alleged baby mother. Okay, baby mother is hella, you know, classy base. Shout out to Funky Dineva, like real classy base, cool, calm, collected. We had sex in the back of a car. We tried to sneak in your people's house or something like that, but then we ended up taking some garbage bags and having sex in the back of the car or something along those lines. It was confusing. It did not really make sense to me. And the fact that Ford didn't even remember it, and he was like 15 at the time, it's just kind of like, first of all, what type of life were you living where you was doing that much damage that you don't remember something like that at the age of 15? I remember when I did it in cars around that age range. But I'm a woman, so I guess that's different. And I also don't have like mad numbers on my roster. So I guess, you know, I'm different. But I just kind of feel like that's just a lot at 15 for you to be having that much sex with that many different people, that it's plausible for you to have totally forgotten about having sex with a girl at 15 in a car with garbage bags, for God's sakes. But she did say that it was a possibility. Like, she did say that. So, you know, that'll just, you know, let you know that maybe he wasn't the only possibility. But for now, he's definitely a possibility. Now, the only reason that I'm kind of feeling like it's not coming from a clout chasing place is because Ford has been on television for what, 6 seasons of this show. If that was the case, then why not, you know, come out about it when the show first came on 2 years later, 3 years later? You know, you wait until season 6 to say that he might be the pappy, and then it was through another family member. You know, it's plausible that she wasn't really trying to put her business out here like that. But either way, she asked him if he wants to meet the daughter. And even though he's incredibly uncomfortable and did not feel like it was appropriate because he wanted to know for a fact what it was before he formed any bonds with her, at the same time, he still tells her, yeah, he'll meet her. So she comes in, is so uncomfortable. The girl can tell he's uncomfortable. She's a junior in high school. She runs track. She has her head on her shoulders. Great. But ultimately, this is rather uncomfortable. And in all honesty, I feel like, why not get the paternity test before you even, you know, brought this to your daughter? Why let this be something that's just out there, like that's just hanging in a balance? Why? And you know, a lot of times it's because, you know, the mamas be feeling bad that they was out here thotting to the point where, you know, we're 16, 17 years later and you don't know who the father of your child is. That says a lot about whatever you was going through in that time period, you know. And then mama got 6 kids. We found that out during this sit down. You know, she has 2 sets of twins, so she wasn't just busting them out like that, but then she really was, because that's still busting out, you know, 4 babies. Okay, that's still buzzing out 4 babies, just, ooh, busting out 2 at a time. Jeez Louise. You know, I pray for her. But yeah, you know, they seem to be, you know, nice, cordial, you know, not ignorant seeming people, but you know, they wasn't really saying a lot, so that's still up for interpretation. Either way, Ford says they will go through the proper channels to get what they need to get done. And I don't understand why you can't just come out and say, we're going to get the paternity test so I can find out if I'm an actual factual your biological father, and then we'll go from there. Like, why can't you just vocalize that? You know, he waits until after the fact to say to us in the confessional how uncomfortable that was for him. Then why did you agree to do it? When are you gonna like think and speak for yourself for? Like, you are incredibly exhausting with your lack of gumption as a grown-ass man. So y'all, Latifah comes into Ryan's shop because she needs a job. Like, sad sob story, you know, I'm on a temp agency, I've been working, but it's not enough. I'm struggling, I'm in an apartment crying. You know, I got a daughter, I gotta do for my family. Ryan is like, look, at the end of the day, you know, I really tried with you, and, you know, I'm sorry that I don't have nothing for you here, okay? I don't have a job for you. I'm sorry. I got warm, fuzzy feelings for you, but I don't have no job for you, baby. That's just, it is what it is. And I feel like, Latifah, you proved yourself to be a drunken, hot-ass mess time and time again, which is why nobody wants to hire you back or deal with you. It's not like you were actually good at the job. You were just there for the shits. Like, that's what you were there for. And Ryan does not want the shits at his new shop. So maybe you need to go try to work at Second City or something. And Charmaine and Jess, I wouldn't let her work at my shop neither. I don't think they got along, right? I can't really know. They don't get along because, yeah, she the one that said that Van and Charmaine had sex. So, yeah, no, they not going to be cool like that. That's not going to happen. Yeah, Latifah, you did this to yourself, sis. And you can't show up to people crying, sad story like, you know, your life is their responsibility. These are the irresponsible choices that you made. You continue to be a drunk. You continue to show up to your job and act a fool. You continue to not do what you are asked to do and have an attitude about it. That's you. That's you. And so when people don't want to deal with you anymore, like, that's the realization of the situation, sis. Do better. Maybe you'll have better opportunities in the future, but it ain't gonna be from Ryan Henry. Flavor Flav, what you say? I ain't got nothing for you, man. I ain't got nothing for you, man. I ain't got nothing for you, man. I can't do nothing for you, man. I can't do nothing for you, man. I can't. can't do nothing for you, man. Like, I'm just saying, that's all that was in my head, y'all. So then Ryan tattoos this Mr. Marcus looking ass dude. It's a cover-up, you know, reminds me of the cover-ups that I need to get done, y'all. I'm telling y'all right now, like, I love like, since we talking about tattoos right quick, right fast, since this bitch been healing, you know what I'm saying, your girl tattoo your thing ever since it's been like healing up and everything. I be trying to figure out a way for people to see this. Like, this the one I want to get redone. I'm trying to see if I can twist my own, but I can't. I just gotta do it like that. But yeah, like, I love this damn tattoo so much, and I made my appointment to go back and get it finished for February. I'm so excited about that. So yeah, because it's gonna be colored and everything. It's gonna be so painful. So yeah, Ryan is tattooing the Mr. Marcus looking dude, feeling sad about Latifah and Charmaine, but you know, he gotta let stuff go. That's what he's been learning in therapy, that even if he do feel bad about firing you batches, he still, you know, gotta move on with his life. That's what he gotta do. Charmaine, titties out at the shop during her Beyonce-esque photo shoot. Okay, they video messaged her mom. And that was, you know, really cute. Oh, Mom, you know, I wish you were here. You know, look at the pictures. Can't wait to see what you have to say. That type of thing. And then we see Charmaine at home finding out that her mom had a heart attack. And her dad is at the hospital with her mom, but they're still working on her. But at the time, they're saying that her heart stopped. Y'all, this was one of the most difficult things to watch. I literally cried from this scene until Ryan went to Second City and told everybody what happened. We'll get to that. But Charmaine is in tears and she wants to come home. She's like, I need to get a flight to Louisiana right now. She's on one phone with Neek. She's on the other phone with her dad. But her dad tells her just to wait. So back at Second City, everybody is wondering what's going on with Charmaine. She didn't come into work. She's not answering the phone. And Jess knows that Neek is out of town at some type of convention. So she's pregnant, home alone, not answering the phone. Jess is a little worried, okay? And so then we pop back to Charmaine. And she calls her dad back. And you can tell that he was trying not to tell her that her mom was already gone. I felt like he was trying to gather himself when he told her he had to call her back. But I feel like Charmaine's mom was gone when they said that her heart stopped. I think that's at the hospital. I think that is when it was over. But the dad had to compose himself so that he could be strong enough to get on the phone and tell his daughter, his pregnant daughter, that her mother is dead. That was extremely, extremely difficult to watch. And then when she goes off camera and the producer, you can hear the producer sounding like the producer is crying, saying, I'm so sorry, Charmaine. And she's just like, Mama, like, it was extremely hard. I was in my feelings from then on, y'all, and I wasn't even drinking. I felt like I should have been drinking, but I've been trying to watch my acidic intake. So then she called Ryan, and regardless of whatever beef they have going on, when something like this happens, people tend to show up. Especially since Ryan had his own relationship with Charmaine's mom. She was like the deciding factor in a lot of the reasons why they had made up. Okay, so this happening, he had to show up for her. So he goes over to the house and comforts her because she's there by herself. Flor and Don show up right after, but she doesn't let them in. There's still some like bad blood between them, and her relationship with them is not the same thing as her relationship with Ryan. So, you know, they kind of standing outside, and Flor is like, you know, it's cool, we'll leave, we understand. We just want to let her know that we there for her. So that was cool of them. So then Ryan goes to Second City on behalf of Charmaine to tell them that her mom passed away. That was very difficult to watch. You can tell that Ryan is like trying to like, you know, compose himself, but he's obviously affected. You know what I'm saying? Then Danielle comes over to Charmaine's with her mom, and she talks about wanting to have this baby with her mom there. And you guys, like, I think about that all the time because I've already lost a parent. And it is one of the great pains and regrets of my life. My dad died when I was 19, so I wasn't about to have a child at 19. I literally had finals the week after my dad died. So, like, I need y'all to understand where I was in my life at that point. I was in college. Like, I was in Atlanta when he got sick. But I was like in college, living on my own, working. Like I had a lot going on. And I still would take time to go back to Zachary, which is East Baton Rouge Parish, which is an hour and a half away from New Orleans where I was living at the time. And I would go and spend time with my daddy. I would be there at the hospital when surgeries happened. Like I made it a point to be there at that point. And I really started to see my dad different before he died, you know, like as a person and not as like this disciplinarian, hard-ass father figure that I know loves me, but can sometimes be very difficult to deal with and live with. You know what I'm saying? So, but it made me very independent. I had to get out of the house. But it was so hard, y'all. Like, I was talking to my husband about this last night, and his dad is in the hospital right now. He got hit by a car, and you know, he's leaving right now to go to the hospital. His dad is talking now. They removed the breathing tube, but he got hit by a car standing on the corner. Like he was trying to get some dogs out the street. A car comes and hits him at like 20 or 30 miles an hour. He broke all his ribs on one side, fractured his shoulder, his sternum. Like, and this is a person that is used to getting around and doing for themselves. So this, you know, this is very difficult, you know, and it's been a difficult time. And I just keep thinking about like, oh my God, we can't have another one of our parents leave before we give them grandchildren. And like, you know, whenever I come around, that's what's being asked. And it's just so difficult sometimes because it's like, you know, it's not like we ain't out here giving it the old college try at this point. But, you know, there were different things going on at different times. So I especially understand where Charmaine is throughout this episode. And feeling like, oh my God, I'm never going to be able to experience that. Because like, even though my mom is still here and, you know, that's like what's most important to me because my mother, you know, I'm going to be a mother. I need her to be here for me in that way and all that type of stuff. If my dad was here, it would be the same way. Like my dad was very much a parent, you know what I'm saying? Every way. So just, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm saying he wasn't as nurturing as my mother was emotionally, but he was still very much a parent that took care of his child on a day-to-day basis. So like, you know, in that respect, I feel like he would have still, you know what I'm saying? Like been such a huge part of me having a child. So like, you know, at this point to not have that, to watch Charmaine being so distraught about not having her mom, y'all, like, it's like, oh my God, I haven't heard even have children. That's what I felt. That's what I was feeling like watching her go through this. And I felt so bad for her because I know how she must feel. That relationship, that bond with your mom when you having a baby is such a visceral, strong thing. And, you know, I felt so terrible for her. I feel so terrible for her now. And I'm hoping that she's coping the best way that she can and putting all her love into her child. And, you know, I was grateful that nothing happened with her pregnancy considering the amount of stress that she had to be going through at this time. Like, it was terrible to watch. And then she got on the phone with Neek's mom. And y'all know Neek's mom is like, he called me crying. And he said, Glenda. And I was like, what? Glenda? Like, I'm sorry, but like her voice was like, ooh, like you can only talk to that lady on speakerphone. I'm telling you, it's too loud. But yeah, she was also, you know, very supportive, shocked and all of that. And then we see Charmaine and Neek get ready to come home to Louisiana. And she talks about being strong for her dad, you know, in the realization that this is somebody that's been married to her mom for 30 plus years. He's been strong on the phone, but obviously he's going to need the support. You know what I'm saying? So she just wants to make sure that her baby knows her mom and all of that type of stuff. And I'm like, I'm the same way. I have pictures of my dad all over my house because whenever that does happen, I want that child to know, like, I'm the parent that I am. I'm the person that I am. You get all of the good things from me that I got from my parents. Like, you know what I'm saying? You want them to know how greatly they are affected by, you know, your parents being their grandparents. They never will meet, you know what I'm saying? So it's just, whew, it was hard to watch. But either way, you know, it was still like a really good episode just to, you know, see her go through that. And, you know, I felt like I was nervous about how they was going to weave this episode together. But I thought, you know, that they did well. But either way, I hope y'all enjoyed the review. I hope it wasn't too sad. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all so much. Thank you to everybody, you know, on Twitter, you know, prayers and well wishes and everything, because I said something about it last night when I was tweeting about the show. I thank y'all and I appreciate y'all so much. I'll see y'all in the next one.